This is Action News Jax Sunday.
Put your hands behind your back.
This man is in the throes of excited delirium syndrome, a mysterious diagnosis many in the medical community don't even recognize, but police do. In fact, law enforcement and medical examiners in Jacksonville have used it to explain the deaths of several people in police custody. In this Action News Jax investigation, our Jenna Bourne shows us why some call it a cover-up for police brutality.
Yeah, that's fine.
This video is shown to every Florida law enforcement officer during their training on excited delirium syndrome.
Remember, your mom's all worried about you. Try to relax so we can help. Mom! That ain't gonna... Don't let him kill me!
The Florida Department of Law Enforcement Training Manual says the signs include unbelievable strength, imperviousness to pain, and bizarre behavior.
Mom, grab a shovel.
You got it?
Yep. It's the same syndrome listed as the cause of death for Jacksonville father Paul Testa. The schizophrenic inmate whose charges had just been dropped became unresponsive after being tasered and strapped into a restraint chair at the Duval County Jail.
My dad was in the bed, choked out so bad that his eyes were popping out of his head. I mean, I knew right there that he was gone.
His family took him off life support and is now suing the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Testa is one of 8 people in Northeast Florida in the past 5 years to have excited delirium listed as a cause of death or contributing factor.
It's oftentimes used for incidents where somebody dies and they can't pinpoint the exact nature of the cause of death.
Justin Mazzola is a researcher for Amnesty International, one of several human rights organizations questioning whether excited delirium is a cover-up for police brutality.
So it's basically a catch-all, and it basically excludes other uses of force.
If you look at this section here.
We traveled to the University of Miami to talk to neurology professor Dr. Deborah Mash, the leading expert on excited delirium syndrome.
When is it excited delirium and when is it homicide? And that's the issue.
It's a condition only recognized by medical examiners, emergency room physicians, and law enforcement. Why doesn't the American Medical Association recognize it? Why doesn't the American Psychological Association recognize it?
When is it recognized? Why are we talking today? It's recognized when a person is dead. Many doctors have never even seen an individual in this condition. They don't just go to the doctor and say, I think I'm in a state of excited delirium and I need some meds. No.
According to Amnesty International's data, 23% of excited delirium deaths after police tasering have happened in Florida, more than any other state. Taser International acknowledged in this email to me, excited delirium is the second leading cause of taser-related deaths. FDLE's lesson outline shows Florida officers are trained that the safest way to handle someone showing signs of excited delirium is to taser and restrain. Could restraining someone who's experiencing excited delirium contribute to their death?
We do not know precisely whether or not restraint will be additive to the stress that the individual is already experiencing.
I asked JSO Director of Investigations and Homeland Security, Ron Lendvay, whether it's appropriate to train officers to restrain if we don't know whether it makes people with excited delirium more likely to die.
We do know that restraining individuals leads to the de-escalation of conflict. So, absent scientific evidence to the contrary, I think it's our best move at this point in time.
This is a medical emergency, and if you can't get the patient under control, how do you get them medical assistance?
While researchers continue to study how to keep people from dying of excited delirium, officers continue their policy of taser and restrain. And families like Christian Testa are left with more questions than answers. Reporting, Jenna Bourne, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Last month, Jenna's investigation revealed over a 2-year period, JSO used a controversial restraint chair in half of all cases where a corrections officer used force on an inmate. Out of 267 reports, 6 of those people were noted as exhibiting symptoms of excited delirium.